Happy Makes. My name is Callie, and today we are going to be making a really delicious chocolate marbled loaf cake. So this cake is going to be really beautiful and marbled, and it's going to look really impressive, but the secret is it is so simple. The texture is going to be moist, and you are going to love it. So let's get right into it. But before we begin, as always, please remember to subscribe, like, share, chat in the comment section, and follow me on social media for more recipes and additional content. So let's go over the ingredients. I have some cocoa powder, a couple of eggs, an egg yolk, buttermilk, some vanilla extract, brown sugar, granulated sugar, flour, baking powder, salt, vegetable oil or canola oil, as well as a little bit of almond extract. So get your oven preheated to 350 degrees Fahrenheit, and let's do this. So really simple. First things first, we're gonna get all of our dry ingredients except for the cocoa powder. We'll add that later, all together, and just give them a quick mix to combine, like so. This looks good, so I'm gonna set this aside and grab both types of sugars, and to this, I'm gonna add in my eggs and the egg yolk. And I'm gonna switch over to my electric whisk and give this a mix until it's nice and creamy. Okay, so next up, I'm gonna go in with the vegetable oil, which is gonna make this cake really soft and tender, and it's gonna provide a really beautiful texture. So I'm gonna whisk this up. Okay, so next up, I'm going in with my vanilla as well as the almond extract, which we are only adding a teeny tiny bit of because a little bit goes a long way when you add it, so don't go overboard. And I'm also gonna add in, of course, the dry ingredients, still leaving behind the cocoa powder. And we're gonna toss in the buttermilk. You will be hard pressed to find me making a cake without buttermilk. It is just the perfect ingredient that just provides the best texture. So I'm gonna give this a mix until it's combined, and then just don't overmix. Okay, perfect. So I keep hitting that spatula and it is driving me crazy. So next up, I'm gonna set that aside. And before we move on, I'm just gonna grab my spatula and run it around the bottom and the sides of the bowl just to make sure everything is well incorporated. Okay, perfect. So here's how this next part goes. I am gonna take this separate bowl with the cocoa powder in it, and I'm just eyeballing this. It does not need to be perfect, but I'm gonna add about half of the batter into the cocoa powder, like so. Okay, and so next up, I am just going to mix this all together, and this will be the chocolate portion of the batter. It's that simple. So I'm just gonna continue mixing this up, and then I'm gonna clean up, put these ingredients away, grab my pan, and then we'll finish this up. It is that simple. Okay, so here I have my loaf pan that I generously buttered, and ideally you want to add parchment paper, but I think I haven't had parchment paper since the last video. I forgot to get parchment paper in, so I just buttered it really well, and I added a tiny bit of flour just to ensure nothing sticks. But butter and flour is what you ideally want to do. Okay, so that is ready, and this is how this goes. So we are essentially adding a layer of vanilla, chocolate, vanilla, chocolate. So to do that, I am just going to take my spatula, and I'm gonna add about half, as you know, again, just eyeballing it, half of the batter here to the bottom. Perfect. And I'm just gonna kind of spread it out like so. And next, I'm gonna take half of the chocolate and do the same thing. So just add it to the bottom here, and then I'm gonna spread it out like I did the bottom layer. Okay, so I am just gonna leave this how it is here. So it doesn't even reach each corner, and that's fine. I really just wanna maintain the layers, because if you mix everything up too much, you're gonna lose the marbled effect. So that looks good to me. Now I'm just gonna add the remaining vanilla. Okay, and then just to finish this off, I'm gonna add the remaining chocolate. So it is that simple. Okay, and so the final step is to make one swirl, just one. If you over swirl this, you are going to lose the marbled effect completely, and everything is just gonna blend in all together. One swirl through the entire loaf cake, and that is it. So you can even skip the swirl, to be honest. It's still gonna look beautiful when it bakes with all the layers, but we're gonna do it this way for now. So next up, this is gonna bake in the oven for about 50 to 55 minutes, or however long it takes for when you insert a knife or a skewer into the center for it to come out clean or with a few crumbs. So again, 50 to 55 minutes at 350 degrees Fahrenheit, and then I'm gonna give you a close-up of just how moist, beautiful, and absolutely delicious this chocolate marble cake really is. As always, for the full written recipe and instructions, head to my blog, mooneymakesrecipes.com. I'll put the link for that in the description box below. Click on the link, the recipe will come right up, and make this chocolate marbled cake. I promise you're gonna love it, and let me know what you think because I'd love to hear from you. Thank you so much. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.